Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here and welcome to the first episode of the Skilling Career Mode. Now, I know a lot of you guys like Ultimate Team and might not like Career Mode, so this might not be something for you, but I promise you, Let's FIFA 15 will still be the main priority, and this might be interesting for you to watch as well, because I will try and score good goals. I'll try and win in style. That will be the aim. Now, the objective will kind of be to win the Premier League and maybe the Champions League in the long run. And I wanted to start out with kind of a mid-table or low-table Premier League team. So I asked out on Twitter, which teams would you like me to go with? And there's a lot of suggestions. And in the end, I ended up with 4 different teams I thought of: QPR, Stoke, Hull, or Leicester. And I made a straw poll, asked out on Twitter and Facebook for you guys to just vote for which team of those 4 you wanted me to go with. And it seemed like most people was voting for QPR. So that is basically the squad we're going with. And we will see if we can win the Premier League with them, maybe within a few seasons. And yeah, I decided to put the difficulty on world class to start off with. And I think eventually we will bump that up to legendary. I just need to play a few games, see how good I actually am against the AI, and if it's too easy on world class, we'll bump it up. If it's sort of a good difficulty level, we'll keep it at that. I just need to play a few games before I know exactly what difficulty we're going to play on. But we did set up our manager, or myself. I'm Danish, FifaRalle will be the name, and we are taking over QPR. And we'll see if we can bring them to glory, win the Premier League in style. Hopefully that will be the aim, and just dazzle the audiences of the Premier League, of course. So, yeah, we're just loading up here, and I think kind of the aim is to pick up 5-star skillers. And what I really do like about career mode is they improve, like players improve, so we can basically take some of the 5-star skillers on the game and make them even better than they are when you just play regularly. So that is what I really do like about career mode. You can improve players, make them better, make them grow, and yeah, it just everything evolves, and that is something I really do like. So yeah, here you do have the objectives. Domestic Cup, it's the round of 16th, and the league objective is to qualify for the Euro League, basically. And next up, we set up our scouts. We already from the start had 2 scouts sent out, 1 to England and 1 to Spain, and then we sent our 3rd scout to Italy. And next up, I added a new instruction to my scouts, because I wanted to see if I could pick up some good deals in January. Basically, searching for players 23 years of age or older, and then looking at players which contract would expire, basically. So I would see if I could pick them up basically for free in the January transfer window. It's some good deals that can be made there. Maybe we can pick up some interesting players for our team once we reach that point in time. But next up, I decided to just look at my players, list up the young players for loan, so maybe they could get some experience and grow that way, and open up a little bit more space in our weight budget. I believe we had 100,000 for our weight budget, and 8.5 million, I think, for the transfer budget, basically. And next up, I decided to list up some of the old players that I might be able to get some money in for. Samoa, Joey Barton, I decided to see if I can get some money in for him. And then Carl Henry, I listed him up as well on the transfer list, just to see if we can get a bit of money in there and kind of give us something that would support us in picking up maybe some 5-star skillers or young talent that could improve our team. Now, I went down and just looked at a bunch of different players here. You see me going through. There was Depay, there was Arroyo, there's Gary Steven, which contract would expire in 12 months. Vitinho as well from CSK, Moscow, Cuadrado, which would end up being too expensive, to be fair. That one might be a season or 2 in before we can get him. Douglas Costa looks like an interesting player, and I also looked at a few Danish ones from the Premier League. Okora might be a player I'd like to get for my centre-back spot at one point, and Kasper Schmeichel for maybe he could be an interesting keeper once he retires from our team. But yeah, we searched up a lot of players and just to see what price they would go for. Douglas Costa a little bit too expensive, but Vitinho looked to be sort of within our reach. I did put a bid in on the transfer market, a transfer offer for him for around 5 million, and we got a lot of more answers from a bunch of different clubs for all the players we basically were looking for, and I just went through them, thought maybe we'll not pick up the Danish players yet. We can maybe do that in the January transfer window or maybe next season, because right now I felt the squad was actually pretty solid overall, and maybe just adding in a few 5-star skillers would make it kind of interesting. So I also decided to look up Chicory and Maxim to see if they might be good options to add to our team. And also Azevedo, which unfortunately isn't on the Ultimate Team, but he is on career mode, and he got 5-star skills in on the left back. But yeah, he just joined Shakhtar, so we cannot pick him up yet. But yeah, I decided to throw in a transfer offer for Chicory, 6 million there, I believe I offered, to see if I could get him. He looks to be an interesting player, 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. Could definitely be a good striker to get for a team. Also, Gary McKay Steven, I decided to throw in a trade offer for him, or transfer offer for him as well. And I got an answer there from Zurich about Chicory. They wanted a little bit more, and this is basically the phase where we just like throw in bits and transfer offers back and forth to see which players we might be able to pick up. And Moscow, they were okay with the price I offered for Vitinho, so I just gave him a contract, see if he wanted to accept that, and it seemed like Zurich also liked the money I wanted to offer for Chicory, so we tried to give him a contract as well. I decided to stall Vitinho there. He did accept my offer because I knew I did not have money for both Chicory and Vitinho at this point in time, and I rather wanted to get Chicory as my striker because, well, Vitinho, I could play him out on the wing or in the midfield, but I do have so many good players there already. I felt, here you see the lineup, we are playing a 4-3-3, and I felt Chicory would be a better player to get for that striker spot, basically. And then we basically just have this lineup. We're playing a 4-3-3, Hoylett, Phillips on the wings, Chicory on the top, Terap slotting in behind on the center attacking mid, and then Sandro and Fair on the 2 other center mid spots. And here we did get an offer for Carl Henry, and I decided to sell him. And I also decided to sell Bobby Zamora, Aston Villa coming in for him as well, giving us the possibility of getting more money into the club. And next up, I decided to look up Kelvin and throw in a transfer offer for him as well, because I thought maybe we could pick him up. Gary McKay Steven, I believe he went to another club because there's someone who offered more than me, but I thought Kelvin could maybe be a cool option to get out on the wing. So that was pretty much all I did for management in this episode, but I also wanted to throw in a game. So we went into a friendly game here, and just to see if we can get a good start to the season. And it's Hoylett, actually with some nice stuff. They're picking up a penalty early on, and I thought, Terap, you'll go with the Panenka, see if you can score a cheeky goal from the penalty spot, but the keeper picks it out, and instead we get hit on attack there from Rayo Vallecano, but luckily Green doing an alright job in the net there. And of course, this was my very first game online, and it took a little bit of time to adjust, but Terap with some lovely play, finding Sandro, try out the shot, but it goes out for a corner there. And from the corner, I decided just to try and work it around the box, see if I can find some space here to Leroy Fair, trying to break on through. He gets tackled, but he's able to get back onto the ball, and I just kept on working it around the box, see if I can find some space in the defense of Rayo Vallecano. And Phillips on the ball here, out on the wing, going past the defender. Look at that cheeky backheel to Isla, and who is there on the rebound? Our new signing, scoring his debut goal. Chicory getting the first goal for the club, and not the best of goals, but some really nice build-up play. Unfortunately, the keeper did save the shot from Isla, but look at that backheel pass. And in the end, we're able to get onto that rebound. But yeah, we go into the second half, and Rayo Vallecano would get a chance there, try to cross it in, but we pick it up, go straight on the counter-attack. Hoylett to Terap, and he spots Chicory with a lovely run, and what a pass that is. We go all the way into the box, we beat the defender with an elastico, and 2 goals in his debut. That is a very good start from Chicory, and that is how our first game also ends of this career mode. In the next episode, we'll look to maybe pick up a few 5-star skillers, or if you have any ideas for players you'd like me to try and get, down in the comments, just give me some ideas and I might look into them. So yeah, that is pretty much where this episode is coming to an end, and I'll try and have these out maybe 2 or 3 times a week, something like that. So look out for that, and Let's FIFA 15 will of course be the main thing, but also look out for this. And apart from that, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later.